Well, hey there. I am so tickled you made it back. It's hard to find friends out there these days. So listen, before we get started, if there is anything you want me to do or talk about, y'all just let me know in them their comments. I ain't gonna promise I can get 'em all in, but I'ma try for y'all. So as I was a-saying before I had to go last time, it was real good to be back. Made me feel real home-like, and I started to get to thinking how I done got here to begin with. You see, we was from a mining town far away from here called Beckley. Funny thing was, Shannon was from there too, if you can believe that. There weren't a whole lot there growing up, just honest God-fearing people working the mines and such to support their families. Now my daddy he done worked for some big-wig company out there in Wautoga that did stuff with the mining industry. But guessing folks were none too happy about it all, seeing as they started protesting and whatnot. At one point the military done come in, and everyone was all up in a fuss. They even had these robots that done broke up these striking groups. We were lucky 'cause Mama didn't have to work, and we had a little place just outside of town. It had a bunker-style basement. But the nearby town of Welch had it worse off than us. Their whole town done burned up. The folks round town, and even the trailer park kids down the road done said it was my daddy's company that done did it. I didn't know what all that meant 'cause I was pretty young and all. But it was real sad to me, and people were real mean to us and my daddy. It even got so bad we had to lock ourselves in that there bunker. Turns out, that's what would done save our lives. We had it pretty good for a while, considering folks were dying just outside our little house there. Some of the radio broadcasts we could get once in a while were either people asking for help or talking about how there was some kind of winter going around. Imagine that, winter and summer. Guessing folks had nothing to eat out there. We was lucky, and after about a year and a few months, my daddy went topside to have a look-see around. Turned out a lot of folks hid in the Beckley mines until the worst was over, but they all were starving. But it was real bad, like we was running low on supplies too. A lot of folks had picked up a signal from Charleston, even another from a group calling themselves the Responders. So folks done started forming caravans. Were following their radio signal. My folks figured they'd send me along seeing that we were running low on supplies. Then they could come find me there in a few weeks or whatnot. That'd be the last time I done see my folks. Turns out my daddy was afraid folks would find out who we were and they'd kill us all. So he done sent me along to keep me from getting hurt. I think they only agreed to take me 'cause of the supplies he threw in. Oh, and that creepy caravan leader, always smiling real funny like at me, he done gave me the creeps. Well, anyway, there I go rambling on something fierce. So where was I? Oh yeah, so we had a really long trek through the mountains. What they were calling the ash heap was too dangerous for us to use. And they were all talking about them scorch thingies taking over down near Camden. The mountains weren't any safer. We just wasn't gonna die from the bad air. There were all these weird mutated creatures running around. We done passed quite a few wrecks that were once caravans, all destroyed and whatnot. There were a bunch of de facto militia groups running around. Instead of helping folks, they was a done killing 'em and taking their food and whatnot. We had a couple of close calls, but managed to slip away with no harm. It seemed like we walked forever. One of the ladies was helping protect me from the leader guy. He was always trying to get me alone and whatnot. We had to set up camp a few times because the weather done got bad, but we were usually on our way in a few days or so. I remember done seeing the White Springs and wondering why we didn't just go that way yonder. I'd learn why some years later. We crept along a hillside ridge heading toward Charleston. The ground started to smell real funny like, kinda like when you gut a deer, but with a hint of rotten fish. Then we all saw one of them dragon bat thingies. We couldn't believe our eyes, I am here to tell you. We managed to make it safe by all that scorched beast stuff when we got to a highway intersection that looked more like some country road crossing. But half the folks wanted to go to Morgantown, while the others wanted to head to Charleston. They done left me there that day, right near the Rivers estate. I dunno why they done left me, or why I was too scared to go on to Charleston. Guessing I figured they would just turn me away. Or worse yet, that creepy smiling man would done find me. So I stayed near the manor. I found my way up onto the roof, and then I could hide in an old car in one of the garages. They would throw food out in the cans there for burning. So it was like a feast for a desperate 14-year-old. But I wasn't there too long. You see, old Shannon's butler found me. Now, I didn't know too much about no Silver Shroud back then, or who Shannon was, but she helped change my life forever. Once I was all clean and rested up, I started training with some of the girls. They went easy on me 'cause I was the youngest. And that's how I ended up here. But look at me rambling on and such. I had a look-see around with all the memory flooding my mind. I done did a lot of growing up in this place, I mean to tell y'all. Seemed that Fred's thoughtful eye for detail done kept the power up in running down here. Kryptos was alive and well, along with all them their security systems he done built. I was still blocked out of Shannon's office, but Kryptos did a weird thing when I logged on. It synced with that Pip-Boy I swiped off that feller a while back. And wouldn't you know it, there was actually a lot goings on around West Virginia. So you may not believe me when I tell you this, but there were little gatherings from time to time that would done queue up on that there Pip-Boy. It being near Halloween and all, something called Mischief Night showed up near some cabins, way yonder in Shenandoah Valley. Y'all knew I wasn't about to miss out on no fun. I put on my best costume and trekked all the way there yonder. It was a little bit of a wait, but my Pip-Boy started dinging off, and then people from all over started showing up. Then wouldn't you know it, These crazy vault dwellers were all a-running around, blowing shit up and lighting fires. I couldn't help myself but to join in, hoping this little jester fella wasn't gonna crash the servers. I done had to fuck some of these lost thingies up. Never made no mind why they would be wearing costumes when they were mindless ghoul feral electrical weather creatures thingies. Anywho, there I go a-rambling on again something fierce. How's this for a Halloween transition, y'all? Pretty man, I know. Anywho, after we done fucked shit up on the hillside, that jester bot done made us run around the cabins like some lunatics and all. Some dick for even stuck forks in that there lawn. Some of us painted shit on the wall, though the selection was limited. We raided some of the candy bowls they had left out, but guessing them their lost thingies. We're none too happy about that, 'cause they came after us like stink on a raccoon's ass after it done shit out a polecat. Next, we all ran up to some landing pad of sorts. There was a vertebrate up there yonder. Shit made no sense to me, running round some trailers on a landing pad like a bunch of assholes killing shit. I mean, if Shannon saw any of us girls doing this nonsense, we'd done having us getting on with our own switch for an ass whooping. Hate to see what she done do to the fine folks who wrote the code for this stupid ass shit. I mean, how did that boardroom meeting go anyway? Just picture it, y'all. All these work from home folks crying on about how hard it is getting on with some new content in their flagship game. Here we all are dropping a couple $100 down a year to do some new shit. I mean to tell y'all, them some lazy asses. They wouldn't last a week in the order. And if the talk is true, that they be getting rid of the caravan drives. The one cool thing they done put in this bitch over the last year. These be some lazy fucks. Shannon be rolling in her grave if she done heard all this. But there I go again, rambling on something fierce. Guessing if I were Oxhorn or Angry Turtle, I just done tell y'all how much fun I had and how great the new event is. Kinda like a paid employee. Anywho, where was I? Oh yeah, I even took the time to read some of the lore. Something about some parties and whatnot, real lackadaisically put together, like creating a narrative to cover up a terrible plot for a super mid event. At least that last stupid spring event had the name kinda right. Should have called her Lazy Black-Eyed Susan. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, but they could have done much better. I don't know, maybe fix the original event at the White Springs. But there I go a-rambling on, like a paying customer, trying to keep this game alive and contribute to the community a little, the best I can. Admittedly, it did give me the opportunity to indulge in some of my favorite activities. I got to dropping a bunch of new and rare outfits for all them their vault dwellers running around without any costumes. And I don't know about y'all, but when I see them, there respawn drops all around. I just have to done pick them all up. It just tickles the cockles of my heart. knowing I done got a few extra pieces of junk just laying around there on the ground like. So, after that Halloween suck fest, I trekked it back to the manor. I was still trying to help Maddox out with the information he done wanted me to get for him. I want to sure that he was right and all, thinking everyone was out to get us ghoulies. I mean, even you vault dwellers were real welcoming, like at your little dog shit Halloween event. Think I even saw a few other ghoulies done running around. But I kinda got to roaming the streets of Memory Lane down there yonder. All them memories was quite a lot to take in. And I had been out of the game for so long, I didn't really know where to start. But them ghouly folks up there in the hills had been right kind to me. I wanted to help them out if and I could. So, as my surrounding done came back to me walking around, I remembered that there were some other factions out there. Some other people with resources. Maybe, just maybe they were all fixin' to try and help one another. Maybe I didn't have to go all alone at this after all. Guessing I'd to keep looking around here until I had a good lead on where to go next, or who I should talk to. Maybe one of you vault dwellers out there watching this would have an idea or two for me. Drop it in the comments.